Hello everyone, I am Ragini, MCOM Final, MPM Government First Grade College Karkala. I am going to explain about double taxation avoidance agreement between India and Germany. Firstly, we know what is double tax avoidance agreement. The double tax avoidance agreement is a tax treaty signed between two or more countries to help taxpayers avoid paying double taxes on the same income. A double tax avoidance agreement becomes applicable in cases where an individual is a resident of one nation but earns income in another. For example, double tax is the taxing of the same income twice. The most common example of this tax policy is with the corporate dividends. As the corporation generates a profit, it pays income taxes at the corporate level. Another common example is when the same income is taxed in two different countries during international trade. Under Section 90, agreement between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Federal Republic of Germany for the avoidance of double taxation. Agreement was brought into force on the 26th day of October 1996 after the completion by both the contracting states to each other of the procedure required under their laws in accordance with the Article 28 of the said agreement accordance with Article 28 of the said agreement, now, therefore, in exercise of the powers conferred by Section 90 of the Income Tax Act 1961, that is, 43 of 1961, the central government hereby directs that all the provisions of the said agreement shall be given effect to in the Union of India. Need for double taxation avoidance agreement. The need for double taxation avoidance agreement arises because of conflicting rules in two different countries regarding chargeability of income based on receipt and accrual, residential status, etc. In such a case, the two countries have an agreement for double tax avoidance, in which case the possibilities are: first one, the income is taxed only in one country; second one, the income is exempt in both the countries; third, the income is taxed in both countries, but credit for tax paid in one country is given against tax payable in the other country. Objectives of tax treaties. International double taxation had adverse effects on the trade and services and on movement of capital and people. Taxation of the same income by two or more countries would constitute a prohibitive burden on the taxpayer. The domestic laws of most countries, including India, mitigate this difficulty by affording unilateral relief in respect of such double taxed income. Section 91 of the Income Tax Act. But as this is not a satisfactory solution in view of the divergence in the rules for determining source of income in various countries, the tax treaties try to remove tax obstacles that inhibit trade and services and movement of capital and persons between the countries concerned. It helps in improving the general investment climate. The double tax treaties is also known as double taxation avoidance agreement, are negotiated under public international law and governed by the principles laid down under the Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties. Now I would like to explain important articles under double taxation avoidance agreement, that is in that first one, article first, personal scope. This agreement shall apply to persons who are residents of one or both of the contracting states. Article 2 explained taxes covered. This agreement shall apply to taxes on income and on capital imposed on behalf of a contracting state of a land or political subdivision or local authority thereof, irrespective of the procedure in which they are levied. There shall be regarded as taxes on income and on capital, all taxes imposed on total income, on total capital, or on element of income or of capital, including taxes on gains from the alienation of movable or immovable property and the payroll tax. Article 5 explained about permanent establishment. For the purposes of this agreement, the term permanent establishment means a fixed place of business through which the business of an enterprise is wholly or partly carried on. The term permanent establishment includes especially a place of management, a branch, an office, a factory, a workshop, a warehouse, or sales outlet. Article 6 including income from immovable property. Income derived by a resident of a contracting state from immovable property situated in the other contracting state may be taxed in that other state. The provisions of paragraph 1 shall apply to income derived from the direct use, letting, or use in any other form of immovable property. The provisions of paragraphs 1 and 2 shall also apply to the income from immovable property of an enterprise and to income from immovable property used for the performance of independent personal services. Article 10 explained about dividends. Dividends paid by a company which is a resident of a contracting state to a resident of the other contracting state may be taxed in that other state. However, such dividends may also be taxed in the contracting state of which the company paying the dividends is a resident and according to the laws of that state. But if the recipient is the beneficial owner of the dividends, the tax so charged shall not exceed 10% of the gross amount of the dividends. Article 23 explained about relief from double taxation. Tax shall be determined in the case of a resident of the Federal Republic of Germany as follows. In the case of dividends, exemption shall apply only to such dividends as are paid to a company, not including partnerships, being a resident of the Federal Republic of Germany by a company being a resident of the Republic of India, at least 10% of the capital of which is owned directly by the German company. Tax shall be determined in the case of a resident of the Republic of India as follows. Where a resident of the Republic of India derives income or owns capital which in accordance with the provisions of this agreement may be taxed in the Federal Republic of Germany, the Republic of India shall allow as a deduction from the tax on such income of that resident an amount equal to the income tax paid in the Federal Republic of Germany, whether directly or by deduction, and as a deduction from the tax on such capital of that resident an amount equal to the capital tax paid in the Federal Republic of Germany. Such deduction in either case shall not, however, exceed that part of the income tax or capital tax as computed before the deduction is given, which is attributable as the case may be to the income or the capital which may be taxed in the Federal Republic of Germany. Lastly, I would like to conclude that the double tax avoidance agreement is essentially a bilateral agreement entered into between two countries. The basic objective is to promote and foster economic trade and investment between two countries by avoiding double taxation. Thank you.